Eh. Eh. Hey, folks. Episode 2 of Toy Rap with Monsterforge. Of course, I'm Monsterforge, and of course, I have toys to rap about. No, I'm not going to do that. I promise to God I'm not. Anyway, I'm here to talk about these wonderful things. And if you notice, this is already open because this is the third time I'm filming this video. Trying to be honest and open here. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about today was the Batman Black and White minifigure series from, it's actually DC Collectibles, which I think they're the same company that was DC Direct. It's just renamed. I could be wrong. Probably wrong. More than likely wrong. Wrong. Anyway, now, you know, I might be wrong on all this, all these facts that I'm spouting, but I think this was, I don't know, it was like a year or so ago, maybe more. DC made a deal with Walmart to exclusively carry their DC Comics, the 100-page giants. They were like $5 an issue. 100-page comic books, which was mostly reprints of stuff, which is why I didn't buy any. Well, I did buy one. Each issue would have like a little short story that was a new short story, and I mean, it's neat. I thought it was kind of a good idea to bring people in, but it was missing something that brought in new people. For one thing, DC's continuity is so convoluted and complex that, like, it's hard to do reprints of stories and just throw a customer in, or a new customer into the middle of it. Beautiful books with beautiful art. Some of the stories were okay. The new stuff. But anyway, that aside, that was part of the deal. The success of that thing, at first it was really good because people were hunting those things down because they had exclusive stories in them. But eventually, I think, you know, it didn't last, because right now at all of the Walmarts I've been to, there's just gobs of those books that aren't sold. Along with the deal, and this is what gets us to the toy wrap here, is these. Part of the exclusive deal that they had at Walmart stores, you know, along with the $5 100-page giants, they had these $5 Batman Black and White minifigures. And what they are is essentially they're different artists' takes on Batman. So you'll have like Darwin Cook and Patrick Gleason, Amanda Connor, Jason Fabok, Dick Sprang, Frank Quietly, and each series, there's like 3 series that I know of right now that are out. But each series has different artists. With series 3, they had Jim Lee do a couple of them in series 3. It's okay. It's okay. But anyway, when I first saw these, the main ones that I wanted to get, I wanted the Darwin Cook one. And let me explain what the black and white is, you know, because you're looking at, like, what's Batman Black and White? Well, a few years ago, there was a series that started up, and it was Batman Black and White, the comic book, and it was different artists and writers' takes on Batman, little short stories, really good artwork, and it was all in black and white. Then DC Collectibles started making statues of the different artists' takes, and these are replicas of the statues. Now, I'm not a very wealthy person, so I couldn't afford to really collect the statue line, because there's so many good artists. I mean, like, even just in this one series alone, there's a handful of really, I mean, these are really good interpretations of Batman, and the sculpts are always fabulous. And when the opportunity came up that you could get tiny versions of the statues. I like tiny stuff anyway, so this is very cool. So anyway, there's 3 series of these, and I'll just show you my first pull that I got. And this was a couple of weeks ago when I first started collecting these. Mainly, yes, I'm a cheapskate. They dropped the price from $5 to $4. Every buck counts. And it's just, you know, I was looking at them and it's like, I don't like spending a lot of money on blind bags. And obviously neither do a lot of parents or, you know, people, because these things are just sitting in the boxes at a lot of Walmarts. If you go to Walmart and there's hardly any of them, you probably have more of a collector scene, I would think. But where I am, it's not a big collector scene at all. But anyway, even in places that are bigger cities, I've seen boxes full of these things just sitting there. So they're dropping the prices, and I think they're going to keep dropping them until they're gone. I don't think this is one of those cases where DC does the, you know, they take back unsold stock. I don't think so, because it's toys. Anyway, I don't know that for sure. So, but anyway, this was my first pull, and I was very happy with it. And here's the deal: inside these bags, you know, you know, if you've got a figure in a bag, you think like, oh yeah, I can feel what figure it is. The problem is with that is inside the bags, these figures are encased in a cardboard, like a wrapper, and it's really hard just by feeling the bag to see what they are. So you have to kind of get, you know, crafty with it. And so you start learning by looking at the pictures on the back, you know, and what series. Like, okay, the Darwin Cook one has a wide stance on his feet. The Frank Quietly has really, you know, his feet are really close together, stuff like that. And then sometimes it's the pointiness of the ears that you can feel. Sometimes you can feel the bulk of the figure, and according to the line, you know, like I identified the Jason Fabok one in this line, which I didn't really particularly care for. I mean, it's a fine looking figure, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't want it. It doesn't really meet my Batman aesthetic. But anyway, I could feel the cape in the package, like it was just huge. And, you know, I haven't found a Dick Sprang one. I would get one of those in a heartbeat because I just love it. And the Frank Quietly's good too. Amanda Connor's good. They're all really good. Like if you pull anything from Series 1, you're going to get something good, because these are all, they started off with a bang. Series 2, it's according to what you like. For me, Series 2 had some in there. It was just like, yeah, no. In particular, you know, they started with Series 2 introducing, like, chase figures, which were it was a different artist take on a Batman villain. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what the villains are in Series 2 and Series 3, walk away for 10 seconds. Series 2 is Bruce Timm's Harley Quinn, and Series 3 is Jim Lee's Joker. All right, spoilers off. Don't care for those. I mean, the Series 2's chase or whatever is not bad because of the artist that it's associated with, but Series 3 just... Anyway. So anyway, this is Patrick Gleason's take on Batman, and wow, what a powerful figure to start things off with. Big, beefy, imposing Batman. It looks like he's about to kick your butt. The artwork that this is based on, I don't know if it was a cover he did or a pinup or whatever, but it's basically from, you know, the hips up of Batman, and he's sort of looking down at you like this. But they managed to capture it with the sculpt. Such a good, you know, like, I mean, look at the Frankenstein boots this guy's wearing. And they've got like little bat tips on them, so you could kick the crap out of you and it'd really hurt. Like you can see that where the fabric is stretched there at the crotch area, and you know, just like the bat, the tips on the gloves are really pointy and sharp, and that's another thing about this. Like some of these are really sharp points, so I don't know if you would want a kid to have them. The age on this is not for children under 3 years, but I don't know. I mean, You could probably poke a kid pretty good with one of these. I'm going to go try it. Be right back. Ah! Works. Anyway, yeah, I just think it's a great start out the gate. Good figure. Good figure. The next figure is actually from Series 2, and it's Gary Frank's take on Batman. And it's a really good sculpt. I mean, look at that, the definition and all. Like I said, these are like little miniature versions of the sculpts that were the statues, but they don't lose anything in the translation. They are really, really, really sweet sculpts. Now, this isn't my favorite Batman. I actually thought that I was pulling from Series 2. I actually thought that I was pulling the Mike Allred one, which is one that I really want. But I got this, and once again, the cardboard goofed me up because I thought the stance was right and everything, and I thought the hand that was holding the Batarang was right, and guess what? I was wrong. So you can figure them out. You just got to really be. There was somebody in line. Like, they always put these things at the section in Walmart where all the geek crap is, like, you know, Magic the Gathering cards and baseball cards and, you know, other type of collector stuff, and they always stick it right where an aisle, right where a checkout lane is. So if you're going to look at these things, you're going to be bumping butts with everybody that goes by you to check out, or you're just going to block up the whole space while some mom buying diapers is staring at you like you're a pervert. You might be. Anyway, this is an okay Batman. Well, first of all, it's a really good sculpt, and the pose and everything is really good. Like, he's, you know, if you stand him like the other ones, he's sort of looking around his shoulder at you, and that's spiffy. I like it. I'm not so crazy about the design of the outfit. I don't like the emblem like this with the cape attached. I'm not real crazy about the segmented parts of his mask. I do not care for Batman without his little black shorts. These are all just personal preferences. If you like that kind of stuff, that's fine. That's you. You do you. But me, I just, you know, with Batman, it's simpler to better. So, anyway, he's keeping him as part of my collection of the Batman figures just because it's such a good sculpt and design and everything, but it's, you know, like I said, it's not one of my favorite Batman figures. Next up is when I first started collecting these things, there were two of them in particular that I wanted more than any others, and that was the Darwin Cook Batman and the Mike Mignola Batman. And so I managed to snag the Darwin Cook Batman, and what an awesome figure this is. What an awesome sculpt and design. Like, I don't know if you know who Darwin Cook is, but he did DC the New Frontier. And it was basically it was a story set back in the like the 60s. I can't remember if it went into the 70s or not, but I think it's set in the 50s and 60s in DC. And it's kind of a, you know, like a Elseworlds type story where things don't completely match up to the continuity in the comic books. Fantastic story, fantastic art. I can't recommend The New Frontier anymore. You know, I couldn't recommend anything anymore. Such a good book. It'll make you feel nostalgic for a time you might not have even lived through. I didn't live through the 50s and 60s, and it kind of makes me wish in some ways I did. Some ways I don't want to be there. But anyway, this Batman's in that style. You know, he's got the high boots in the front. He's got the big pants, you know, that are almost like swim trunks, and, you know, the old Batman symbol, the wide face. And a lot of people would look at this and say, oh, it looks like Batman the Animated Series. Kinda, but Batman the Animated Series is styled after older art. So, you know, Bruce Timm's designs for the animated series kind of based in that same time that Darwin Cook's art is based in. But I just love it. Like, you get some of the, like, the bends, the folds in the fabric along the stomach there, The cape is nice. It's just a really, really, really nice. It's a really, really nice Batman figure to add to the collection. But the final one that I have, I only have 4 of these so far. I mean, obviously, I've shown 3. The final one. Anyway, it's the Mike Mignola Batman. And I love this sculpt so freaking much. If you don't know who Mike Mignola is, he is the guy who created Hellboy. And I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with Hellboy. There's been 3 movies, 2 in the same continuity and 1 that's a reboot, sort of the others. But his artwork is, out of all these guys, his artwork is definitely the most stylized. Mignola spent years drawing. His artwork always had kind of a cartoony flair to it, but it used to be a lot more close to anatomical correctness. But eventually his style got more and more streamlined, so he could do more faster and he could get stuff out there. And the style is what really, makes his stuff. Like, it's his. Very angular. The proportions are strange. Like Batman doesn't have shoulders. He does, but they're sloped down because he's stepping forward, striding forward. And this is just like, if you've seen any of Mignola's artwork, this is the type of stuff that he does. And it's very much influenced by classic art. It has a very, if you look at any like Renaissance paintings with the people stepping out of a cloak or something like that, you see that type of dynamic pose going on. And, you look at it and it's like, oh, look at the painted gradients to make the shading there. Well, it's actually not. It's just the sculpt. The sculpt catches the light in such a way that, whichever angle you're looking at it, it looks like a Mignola drawing from that angle. The only thing like that that's actually painted is there's highlights on the cape, on the shoulder, and at the neck. And the belts, highlights and shadows are painted on. It looks like a Batman that's been carved, and that's the way he draws. He draws like all his figures are carved, and you can see the cape is, the folds in the cape at the bottom are. It's just a very, very I want to say like an Art Deco style of figure and everything. You could easily see this on posters and prints from the Deco period. But anyways, you can hear my voice is starting to crack up, so I'm cutting it pretty soon. But anyway, this is the Batman Black and White minifigures series. And, trying to frame my shot here a little bit. Give it a shot. They're fantastic figures. My camera doesn't want to work right. They're fantastic figures. At $4, they're a great price. They were good at $5. I'm just a cheapskate. But, at $5 a figure, at $4 a figure, they're great. Maybe if you stick around for a little longer, they might be $3 and then $2, and then who knows? Walmart likes to clear their stuff out. So just take a look for them. They're in the collectibles aisle at Walmart stores. Walmart only, I think, if I'm right on that. And I think I'm pretty right on that. But anyway, Batman Black and White. Great collectibles. Look great on your shelves. If you like Batman, if you like the different artists in the series, if you like minifigures, if you like great sculpts, things like that, these are fantastic collectibles, and I'd recommend them to anybody. So, thanks for coming by. If you liked the video, like it. If you hated the video, dislike it. Leave me a comment. I love comments, even if they're critical comments. I can take it. I'm a big boy. But anyway, if you like what I got going here, just subscribe and keep following. We'll have fun together. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye.